How do you find the volume of a pyramid? This is for section 11-5 out of your textbooks. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to answer the question, how do you find the volume of a pyramid? Here's a reminder of how your notes should be set up to take notes from this video. Remember the video we watched in class where it took 3 pyramids to fill up a rectangular prism with the same amount of liquid, which also represents the volume? Well, remember the contents of 3 pyramids with rectangular bases exactly fill a prism of the same base and height. So here's our pyramid, same base, rectangular base, same height, and it takes 3 of these cones to fill, or excuse me, 3 of these pyramids to fill up this rectangular prism. So when we talk about filling up a prism or a cone or any type of shape, any type of solid, we're talking about the volume of that solid. Since it takes 3 pyramids to fill up a prism, then the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the volume of a prism. So remember that the volume of a prism is area of the base multiplied by height. Then we take 1/3 of that and we'll get the volume of the pyramid. That is this equation here. And instead of putting A in our textbooks, you'll see B, or in our formula sheet. So it's 1/3 area of the base multiplied by the height. Both equations are correct. Large A is just area of the base, or large B is area of the base. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this exercise. Remember, we're trying to look for the volume of a pyramid for this one. We were given the height of the pyramid, which is 8. So the height of the pyramid is 8. The apothem is 4. That is for this base, which is a pentagon. The apothem here is 4. And the side of one of these pentagons is going to be 6. And this is a regular pentagon, so it's 6 all around. So we need to first find the area of the base. Then we'll multiply that by 1/3 and by the height, and that will give us the volume. So the first thing we need to look for is the area of the base. Area of the base is for a pentagon, and for a regular polygon, let me go ahead and write this down. Oops, let me erase that. That is way too thick. Okay, and here we go. So this formula, remember, this is for area of a regular, sorry, this pen is horrible. I don't have my regular one. Regular polygon. Polygon. Okay, so that's area of a regular polygon. And the polygon we're looking at is this pentagon here. The perimeter of the pentagon is 5 times 6. Each one was 6, and then 6 times 5 would give us the perimeter, which is 30 times 4, which is the apothem here, the apothem. And then we multiply all that all together and divide it by 2 to get 60 meters squared. Now we have the area of the base, so that goes in here for our volume formula. The height of the pyramid is 8. And then remember, we take 1/3 of that. And now we get the volume of the pyramid, which is 160 meters cubed. Don't forget about having that meters cubed portion for your measurements. Okay, here's an example with the base of a pyramid that is a rectangle, or excuse me, a square, since it has equal lengths of 4 and 4. So the volume is 1/3 area of the base multiplied by height. If you do not know what large B represents, please write area of base. Okay, so this is area of the base, which is going to be 4 times 4. Then we multiply by the height, which is 8. Then we multiply and then divide by 3. So you would get 42.7 feet cubed as your answer. Okay, now you get an extra credit opportunity for doing your notes and watching this video. Oops, that's exit. Let me do this right. Extra credit. Okay, on a half sheet of paper, I would like you to write down 2 things. The first thing is I want to know one thing that you like from the class. One thing you like about the class. And the second thing is one thing you learned. bring in a half sheet of paper with one thing you learned and one thing you like about the class, and write your name on it, and I will give you 5 points extra credit for your next quiz or test. It'll be up to you. Now that you have seen 2 examples on how you find the volume of a pyramid, I'd like you to write down, I'd like you to answer this question as your summary. How do you find the volume of the pyramid? Using the 2 examples that we just discussed, and bring all your questions to class.